Hello my gorgeous makeup loving friends, how's it going? So today we are actually looking at the Plouise Worldie palette, which I got on the Black Friday sale. Yes, I'm very aware it is now 2021 and November was part of 2020, but we don't need to talk about that. It took a while to ship here and look, I don't want to talk about it. Anyways, I wanted to give it a go because it was reduced in price and I figured why not? So I popped it in my basket and this is the look that I came up with. Is it extra? A little. Is it work appropriate? Depends on the work. I'd give a lecture in this personally. But if you want to see swatches and how I did this look and get an overall opinion as to what my review of this palette is, then this is the video for you. Do please keep on watching. I mean, it's just one of those instances where you're like, how much packaging do we need? Apparently this much packaging is huge. I do like the sand in it though, it's very relaxing. But I mean, when you look at how much is in it, you're like, this is not necessary. You know, just saying. For once my fringe looks good, so naturally I'm gonna pin it back. My life is going well. Skin is still problematic, but whatever. Having cats yelling at me, standard. So let's just do our little swatches, my swatcheroos. So I'm going to do the first row. I'm definitely going to do a missy here of like, look at that blue. That was a terrible Scottish accent. Sauce. This is Worldie. Europe. Sky High. San Francisco. This is the blue that I think, you know, is a very Missa blue. J'adore Paris. I mean, that's not bad, is it? I mean, several shades of Avatar right there. So the next 5 shades. Oh, there's a glorious green in there. Oh, I'm gonna have to like refrain from using that because that's all I want now. We have the Alps. Then we have Global. I'm making some new eyebrows. We have Vacay. It's not very pigmented yellow, but sure, look, it'll do. When in Rome. And what is this? Baggage. Oh, I've loads of that. I'm 30 years old. I have nothing but baggage. You know, just saying. Next 5. Whoa. Then we have Big Apple. Rodeo Drive. This is not a colour I would associate with Rodeo Drive. Then we have Barrier Reef. Again, not a colour I would associate it with that. I would have gone with a more like coral, or is that just too obvious? Luggage, not to be confused with baggage, because it's a fancier baggage, you know. And then we have Lounge, a lounge. Oh, I like that. It's a mustardy yellow. Gotten really into mustardy kind of colours. I blame Daniela. Darn you. Look at what you have created. Look at the monster I have become. And then next 5, we have First Class. Oh, I wish I was that classy. I'm not though. We have Down Under. Sorry. I am very sorry. Tina, I apologise. I'm very, very sorry. We have Manchester. I look beautiful, frankly. I mean, you know. Explore. And Destination Unknown. And then very, very, very last colour, we have Sunset. Isn't it nice when I just have one more to do? I'm gonna sploosh it there. That's it. That's the whole Worldie palette swatched in what can only be described as a sensual and erotic experience. You're welcome. I mean, personally, I don't even think I need to put it onto my eyes. I mean, I can't outdo this. This is the best I've looked in a while. Yeah. Could I have done something interesting and innovative? No, I don't have the skill for it. And if you wanted something interesting and innovative, you should have gone somewhere else. But you're here, and it's fine. Don't leave me. You know, just don't leave me. It's super simple. It's just motion colours, not even a cut crease because I'm too lazy today. I'm taking this Dose of Colours shader brush and I'm going into the yellow in the palette. It is called Vacay. That's such an American thing. I'm going to pop my glasses up like this because I'm cool. Okay, don't argue with me. I am cool. My mum tells me that. So she wouldn't lie, you know. Obviously primed the eyes beforehand. For what, I don't know. Maybe Robert Welch is right. Maybe I shouldn't be using concealer as a primer. No, I'll do what I want. I have concealers that didn't work for me, so I just use them now as eye primers because, you know, waste not, want not. That'll do, sort of, won't it? So the formula is very, very patchy, not patchy, but powdery. Like, it just goes everywhere. Like, I mean, I've dipped into a few shades and they are just all over the place. Like, they are everywhere. I'll put you down here too to hang out. But yeah, I think it kind of goes on a little bit patchy, which I don't normally have an issue with. It's interesting though that she put predominantly shimmers or predominantly mattes into the palette, and there's very, very few shimmers. I will say also the tag, the little tab thing on the Worldie palette, the little circular thing, I've kind of half ripped that off because I'm really awkward with these things and don't know how to work them. So that is my life. I have a pigment here from Sample Beauty somewhere hiding. There we go. It's called Tweety and it's a beautiful yellow, and I figured, why not? I'll take that. And I put this onto the shader brush as well, and of course I absolutely smashed it all over my desk, so I've created quite the mess for myself. So, you know, standard. You know, you're just getting the sound effects too. Just took way more pigment than I probably should have. Oh well, don't care. This is where we are with my life now. Just steer into it, Teresa. Steer into it. It really does look a bit like Tweety Bird. Yeah, I'm not... The powder is kind of... Or the shadow kind of is a bit patchy in places. I'm not wildly keen on that. I don't know, it's my first time trying a P. Louise kajigger. Maybe it's one of those things that's like, you should try a P. Louise base with a P. Louise thing. I don't know. I'm taking this Melt Transition brush, I believe is what it's called, yes. And I am going into, I'm not even going to hold this up to you because, lads, it's huge. And I did a bicep workout with Mel today and I think I might be dead, like a little bit. I am going into the shade When in Rome and I just like scraped a ton of shadow on my nail. That's the day I'm having. It's so kind of softly pressed that it's just kind of going all over the place. Like it's odd. I'm just kind of stamping that. There's not a huge amount of pigmentation in that either, and it doesn't really differentiate from the other one, which is a bit disappointing, but you know, we are where we are. This is what it is. Or is it? Then I'm going to go into the shade Big Apple and hope for better. Just kind of go here. I'm trying to remember even what it is that I did on the other side. It's like, why am I trying to make the two eyes match? It's a terrible idea. That's how bad things happen, Teresa. You absolute fool. So I'm just kind of swishing it out there to try and... I mean, in fairness, it does blend really well. Like, there's no issue with the blending. None at all. I'd say it's actually very, very good on blending. So I have this Morphe brush that came as part of a set, and I'm going into Sky High. Do I know what I'm doing? Absolutely not. But oh well. It's not a you problem, that's a me problem. And yes, I am going over my eyebrows. Should I have probably, like, I don't know, concealed my eyebrows or shaved them off? Probably. But I do still have to give lectures, so this is where we landed, guys. This is where we landed. So I'm just kind of working it into the eyebrows. Work it. I have this melt brush which came as part of the Beetlejuice collection. What is it called? The 820. And I'm going to go into San Francisco and J'adore Paris because I'm gonna pronounce it like the French do. No, well I haven't because I'm pronouncing it badly, but you know, trying, and just stamping it. I'm just going to take the matte shade at the moment and stamp that on. I had a little bit of trouble getting this to turn up in terms of pigmentation, so that'll be interesting. And yes, I know, harsh line, but don't you come over here and start judging me for being harsh or something. Whatevs. Life is too short and my fringe is doing weird things again, so my priorities are a little bit skewed at the moment. So next thing I'm going to do is I have a little Sigma E36 brush, and basically I'm going to tap it into When in Rome, Baggage and Big Apple. So those are 3 of the green ones, and just kind of pop it along there and swishy. Do I know what I'm doing? No. Sorry, just don't. But you can see the amount of like just kick up, like it's a very, very powdery formula. I think that's why it's ending up so patchy on my eyes. It's really weird. Really, really weird. I don't know what to make of that. And then I'm just using this Morphe JS8 and going into First Class because I'm that kind of a bee. And I'm just patting that on. I hate the packaging. Like, it's so unnecessarily bulky. Like, I love that it's called like the Worldie palette and it's inspired by travel, and it's like the last palette you would actually bring with you if you were traveling anywhere. Ah, remember travel. Oh, in my youth, the things I did. There was a time when I saw people and I did things. Just going into the yellow and just swishy. I can do what I want. There we go. Yeah, fallout. I mean, you can see I have quite a bit there. Here, I'm going to take a bit more of the purple with the JS8 and kind of stamp that, but then swish. I'm obviously not a professional makeup artist. Yeah, I mean, I'm going to clean all of that up, but basically, I'm sure what you're maybe interested in is the liner. So I just used the Urban Decay Perversion and I just threw that on, and I also used some gems on these. So, I mean, that's essentially it. That's the whole eye look. It's very, very simple. I'll come back when I have the rest of my face on and we'll discuss what it is that I think of the palette overall. So I'm back and I did the rest of my makeup and I applied some gems and might have brought the eyeshadow up just a smidge because I was like, meh, why not? My hair is doing weird things. It just won't stay where I need it to stay. Oh well. Anyways, I'll zoom you in now so you can see what the eyes look like. So these are the eyes. I mean, I was kind of going for a weird sort of an almost tiger print there. You've already seen this look if you've been watching Releases and Rants. It was on Mrs. channel, and we went for Mardi Gras, and I kind of figured this palette would kind of make sense with it. And this is what it looks like without the eye, without the glasses. I still have the eyes, obviously. That would be super weird if I didn't. But that's it. So what is it that I think of this particular palette? Okay, firstly, the packaging. What? Totally unnecessary. They could have, you know, reduced that by about a third. I do enjoy the sand. Like, that's very, very soothing to me. The powders are very kick-uppy. I don't like this bit. I've had to re-glue that on because I just snapped it off. Anyone else done that with theirs? I cannot be trusted. You can kind of see here, just there's a lot of kick up. It's very softly pressed. The shadows themselves blend really, really well. There wasn't really any major problem. I would say the yellow is not the best yellow I've ever come across in terms of formulation. To date, I would say the best yellow I've ever come across is the yellow in the Trending in Tokyo palette by BH Cosmetics. This is not in the top 5. It's okay. I had to obviously supplement it with the Sample Beauty pigment in Tweety to really get it to go oomph. The shimmers were nothing really to write home about. They were okay, but I've come across better. So based upon, I mean, it is quite a blendable palette. I love the colour story. I just think it's so, so interesting. But with the packaging, the price, and just some of the little issues around that, I would give this maybe a 6.5 out of 10. If she could just reduce her packaging and make it less clunky, she'd also bring down the price that little bit more. But yeah, those are my general opinions on that. So that's it. That's the end of the video. Do please like, comment and subscribe. Do please share, because sharing is caring, unless of course it's an STD, in which case, you know, wrap it up, don't be gross. But that's it. That's the end of the video, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.